So we're going to see if there's any trucks available over here at the what is basically typically like a public parking area near the garage. Right, go around to the passenger side and press Q. This right here is the R5 Atlas. This one is meant for hauling raw resources like salvage, components, coal, and sulfur, and gravel. It can hold 2,000 units of each. That truck right there in front of us, that's got the cover on it. Hauler. That one's your standard logistical truck. Has 15 slots to store stuff in. We got a crane over here to our left. You can deploy it and undeploy it to move it around and like lock it in place to use it. To use them, you have to right click when it's deployed to move it where you want it, and then left click to pick up or drop what you've picked up or are carrying. And so we're going to go down this way. Those are blueprints for tracks that someone's laid out to build for later. I'm guessing once they get the materials to actually build them. Yeah, for the most part, try to stick to the right. So that was my fault. I wasn't really paying attention to where I was going. So that was partially on me, actually. We're early in the war. This war just started yesterday. So this is a completely fresh match, basically. Right over here is a salvage mine, or a salvage field. Get out of the vehicle, press 1 to bring out your hammer, and actually just start smacking salvage. When you see a red box in the top left corner underneath your stamina bar, that means you're over encumbered. Do not attempt to sprint. You'll waste all of your freaking stamina. The game will let you know when your inventory is full and you can't grab anymore.
Yeah, I got a red box now.
Salvage stacks in units of 100. And if you see nodes that have sparkle above them, that means that they'll give you more when you break them. And then when you're full, just come over here to the truck and transfer all the materials into it by shift and clicking on them. Yeah, never drop salvage or anything on the field. Like, don't empty your inventory out onto the salvage fields. People don't like it. Yeah, this truck can only hold 2,000 units. It's only got 20 slots. So we can fit another 375 in it right now. Once we unlock sledgehammers, it'll actually be a little bit faster to mine.
How do I put this stuff in the truck?
Press E near the passenger door or the driver's side door, and then just shift click on it. Like hold down left shift and just click. It's full now, so let's so I actually got some iron here that we can convert into stuff that we're going to need too. I actually have my game fairly modified, so I actually get a lot of different. I have, like, my mini map actually color codes the roads to tell me what type of speed boost I'm going to get on the vehicle from the roads.
Really? Where do you download?
Yeah. Itch.io or Mod Nexus.
Oh, okay.
You need a program like it's like you can install them manually usually, but I like to use Trench Kit because I can actually just put the URLs for them into it, and it'll automatically just install them for me.
Is that like a mod manager for Foxhole?
Yeah, it is actually. Okay, so this right here is the refinery. I'm going to take care of. I need to process this iron that I got. So that's going to be a 10 of that. So if you come out from the vehicle, come over here, press E next to the vehicle, like next to the building. When you want to make sure it says press E to use refinery. So you're looking at the refinery menu. There should be your inventory, backpack, resources, like the inventory section, refinement, and then stockpile. The inventory is basically the base inventory and your inventory. And the bottom one will always change depending on if you're in a vehicle or on foot. So in the middle bar is your production orders for stuff. The first three are salvage, which convert to basic materials or BMATs, as they're referred to, diesel or explosive powder. The next one is components. Those become refined materials. Then after that is sulfur, which becomes high explosive powder. You convert coal to gravel, and then the last ones are iron, copper, and aluminum, which become iron, copper, and aluminum alloy. These materials are used in research at the tech center based up the road from where we're currently at. Basic materials are used for producing a lot of stuff, basic stuff, and like equipment and things. Explosive powder and high explosive powder are used in ordnance. Explosive powder is used in like regular tank shells and ammunition. High explosive powder is used in like artillery shells and bombs and stuff like that. But generally right now, I don't know if we can really produce any of those because you don't have a lot of vehicles online for that. Gravel is used in facilities, so it's used for laying down the foundations. So like what's back here, where we got the truck from, that thing that the truck was parked on, that is the foundation, and it's required for base buildings. So I'm queuing up all that stuff which we brought in the DMAX, which is going to need. And then I'm going to show you the engineering center, which is right up this road here. Try to avoid driving off of the road as much as possible. Alright, yeah, so you see this right here to our right, that's basically a foundation. That's where you would, like, at a facility, that's where you would build. So, yeah, so we got this here, and transferring the iron and aluminum alloys. We need 30 iron alloy, and one more aluminum alloy to be able to advance the research a little bit more. They don't tell you like what the percentages are and how much you need to get them going. But if you press E in this, you can see there's two different tabs. There's a vehicle and then the other thing, which unlocks a lot of buildings. Hey, that's my truck. Fucking dickheads. And then this right over here is the garage, which is used to, you hand build vehicles at it. It's not the most efficient way of doing it. So, let's see, is there actually an MPF in this town? Factory. Okay, so we got factories over here, which these are used for producing stuff like, producing crates. Like if you get out and everything that's highlighted is stuff that we can currently produce because we have technology research for it, or it's just stuff that you can start with. And then you have some basic guns and ammo for them, grenades, some basic shells for like the mortars, which I guess we can't even produce the mortars yet, so I don't even know why we have mortar shells. And then we can start producing ammo for tanks and shit, even though we can't actually use it. Interesting. I guess it's to kind of build up a stockpile. So each of the different tabs have different things. So you can do the one that looks like a jerry can, the maintenance supplies. Those are used for base building, like for maintaining bases. And then we have the stuff for the medical kits and some of the soldier kits unlocked because we have those. and then the MPF, or mass production facility, as it's actually called, like that. Everyone usually just refers to it as the MPF. Queue up crates of the different things, like even vehicles. So let's see what we can even build. So pretty much anything that we currently have unlocked for assembling can be made here. You have to do an order of 3 crates to build them. But the more crates you order, the cheaper it gets. Up to a 50% discount off of all following traits. One of the tanks that we have, so if you look in the vehicle one, it's going to be the 3rd row. It's going to be the 2nd tank in from the very right. Look at that one. It's the 85K-B Falchion. Usually crates of vehicles are crates of 3. Look at what it says at the bottom for that one. So it says at the top, or at least for me, it's showing in orange letters, produces a crate of 3 85K-B Falchion assault tanks. Then below it, it's got text that says 2 times bonus vehicles produced per crate. This particular vehicle gives you crates of 5 compared to crates of 3. And a full order of 5 of those tanks, 5 crates of those tanks, is 1,416 refined materials. The tank, when hand built, is 135 refined materials per tank. So for less than the cost of 11 tanks, you can get 25 tanks. Okay, I am not sure why they boxed that in like that. That is weird. Like that vehicle has been rendered completely useless by all standards. Like you can't do anything. Like I mean, you can't drive it out of there because it's blocked in. I mean, you can't crate it up, so it's not like you can pick it up with a crane. That is the BMS. That truck that was there back there was the BMS pack mule flatbed. It is used for hauling big vehicles or big stuff. Like you can package this up, put it on it. You can package that container up and put it on that. That's what the cranes can be used for mostly. These right here are salvage mines. As long as they're provided with fuel, they will keep producing salvage, and until it hits a capacity of 5,000, because that's their maximum storage capabilities. There's also component and sulfur mines as well. Coal you have to mine manually or from the stationary harvesters that built. So when we were back at that salvage field, those things that had they looked like they had like one of those like rotating bucket things, like you probably have seen from one of those, like the old mining type stuff, where it has like a drum that has like buckets on the edge and then kind of dumps. It's like picks up the material and then dumps it onto a conveyor. Those are stationary. Those things over there were stationary harvesters. They'll use nodes up as long as they're fuel and just produce the salvage right into it. And then this is actually my unit's facility right here. And it looks like I need to refuel the power plant. Yes, I do, because it is out. And there we go. That is now up and running, so everything should get back on track. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a construction vehicle. That's used for building the big buildings. And I do not have any oil in this damn thing, so this right here is an oil refinery. That is used to produce petrol. Which, let me see what the liquid transfer. So some people have come by and pulled petrol out of that transfer station, but that's what that's there for. And yeah, those vehicles are locked, so too many fucking trucks lying around. Alright, so now that this thing can hold 35 units of any liquid. So we're going to use this we're going to back this up. Okay, I have access to the fuel refinery, and I am now putting oil into it. The factory is good if you need stuff quickly. The MPF is good if you're trying to save money, but don't really care so much about having it right then. That's like you can wait for it. And then when you get the stuff crates, you have to transport with an R1 or the R5B, which is a variant of the R1, which actually it loses a single spot of storage, but also gains a speed boost, so you can move faster, but it burns through more fuel doing that. And then there's also shipping containers, which you can put on the BMS flatbed. Those can hold 60 crates. So they're best used when you have stuff that stacks and stores in crates in like stacks of like 20, 40, or 100. You can also pull stuff from the refinery, like when you put stuff in, you can pull it out as crates for storage. That's why I usually avoid doing public. If I'm trying to crate it up. Yeah, that's a liquid transfer station. That's used for filling up containers like that with liquid. Those containers hold 100 units of fuel or whatever liquid you put in. Each thing has different amounts. Excuse me. Idiot didn't look behind him before he backed up. Fucking dumbasses. Yeah, so you should have probably ended up spawning at the home base then. Or town base, so they're right over there to come get you.
Which country are you from? American. No, what did you look to? What do you look? What you like to do? Hey, Charles. Hello?
That dude was not paying attention to where he was backing up.
Charles Fox, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I
Oh, I forgot that I muted my local chat somehow. I must have accidentally hit I. I might need to rebind this if I can. Yeah, always be mindful about getting in the way of any vehicles on the road because you'll get run over. Yeah, these things are extremely slow over the road, or off the road. This one's able, but we also have facilities on Charlie as well. Charlie's the more laid back one. This is the more hardcore server. Drive this over there. Press E to enter access one of the wells, and then right click on the oil icon in the middle box, and just retrieve all. Don't retrieve all his crates, just do retrieve all. It'll fill that. If it doesn't have 35 units of liquid, just collect from one of the other ones then too. If you have multiple containers within reach, you do Shift E. And so back it up over here to the oil wells, like these little oil derricks. and then press E. And then on the middle part, you should see something like it should have like 2,500 liters on the middle part, possibly. Does it? All right, so just take stuff from the stockpile. Just shift click on the oil on the stockpile, and then just basically like pull it into the truck. Once it's at 35, take it back over to take that truck over to the refinery, and then open up the oil refinery and hit on the bottom right is going to be a box labeled tank status. You want to where it has next to oil, where it shows the jerry can, click refuel. Click that, and it'll start refueling it'll start refueling it. If you did put the fuel in there. Yep. So that'll keep that running. Did you make sure that you put it on? You want to be. Why is that? Did you get oil? Yeah. So, yeah, when you had to get into the oil refinery, and you see so try to if you're close enough. If you can't see it because it's saying materials factory, just press Shift E and hit the oil refinery. Yeah, you see. Yeah, well, it's already refueling, but you see how it has the liquid. There's that liquid tank status, and then you have water and oil, and then there's the 2 jerry cans, one next to each bar. That will tell it to refuel from the nearest available container, whether it be a truck like this or one of those liquid containers. And it's refueling now, so and it is producing oil or producing, but so I could destroy this and rebuild it, and then that would allow us to basically reset how it's working so that we don't have all these public orders on it. Kind of reduce just because having this reformer on here will actually reduce our fuel usage costs. I mean, we'll end up losing all this fuel, but small price to pay to get things working the way I kind of need them to for this anyway. And we can easily replace the fuel anyway because we've got all the oil. We've got enough fuel to power the facilities, so it's not like it's going to be a problem. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to delete the building, and then we'll rebuild it.